Welcome to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hello and welcome to Darkest Dungeon. I am RMP792 and, well, why am I playing this game? Well, largely because I've heard generally positive things about it, and I fancied, and as you may or may not know if you've watched some of the stuff on this channel before, I am a fan of kind of, Cthulhu and Lovecraftian inspired kind of stuff, which is always interesting to have as part of gameplay mechanics, so this sounded vaguely promising. The other reason I'm doing this is partially because I suspect it's going to take me a little while to get through, and the thing about this next couple of weeks is that my schedule's going to be all kinds of weird. The main reason for this is that I'm going down to York this weekend. In fact, by the time you see this video, I'll actually come back for the British Federation of Historical Swordplay Spring Exchange. So that's 2 straight, that's over the weekend, 2 days of 4.5 hours a day of various workshops on, sword combat, and there's a rather promising sounding one on combining rapier and cape, which sounds potentially interesting. So there's a few things I'll be doing, and as I mentioned before, I'm going to try and capture some video footage while I'm there, and so that you can see some of that stuff. Where was I? But yeah, so that's going to scupper my time, because I'm actually going down on the Friday, and generally it's going to be a busy week or so. So this week, before Friday in fact, I've actually got to get 2 episodes of Let's Review recorded, so there's going to be 2 digging in the crates, but I'm deliberately making them related ones so that they're a bit easier to write. So you'll see what I mean this Friday and then the following Friday. And then the following week, I genuinely don't know if I'm going to have time to record any footage. I will try, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. So this one might end up effectively getting stretched over 3 weeks with a week in the middle where you don't get any footage. I'm not sure yet. My apologies for that. But yes, we'll see how it all goes. So yes, this is Darkest Dungeon, and if you've not seen my Let's Plays before, a few quick notes. I record all my footage a week in advance, which means if you're giving me advice on how to play a game, there's a reasonable chance I've already finished it by the time you comment. With that said, please do comment. I like reading comments from you people, and I do read every single one. I won't necessarily reply to them all, but I am trying to reply to more of them. However, with that said, because of the way my brain works, I will often go off on weird tangents, and if you're and ask a lot of rhetorical questions, and if you're responding to something specific that I have said, it would be very, very helpful for me if you could time stamp the point at which I say that thing in your comment, just to make it easier for me to find that thing, because I can barely remember what I say from 1 minute to the next, let alone more than a week later. I have a Patreon if you wish to support me. That's www.patreon.com/rmp792. There is a link in the description of this video. And from that you can gain various rewards and perks and things like that. And it does, it is seriously helps to support me in producing this kind of content. Because I would like to point out at this stage that I have been accused in the past of, just being a quirky YouTuber in order to try and get free copies of games. It's actually very rare that I get free copies of games. 99% of the time, I pay for what I cover on this channel. There has been the odd exception here and there, but whenever it happens, whenever I get actual bona fide review code, I will always tell you that fact. Fair enough. Good. Is there anything else? Nope, I think that's our usual spiel. So, let us play Darkest Dungeon. Click the letter to begin. Campaign. And it automatically calls it Darkest. Well, what should we call this campaign? We shall call this campaign... Campaign the First. Now, I'm just going to leave it as Darkest. I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm okay with Campaign Darkest. Because I'm terribly unimaginative. Well, I'm liking the sound design.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors.
Oh boy. Is anybody else leading towards the nuke it from orbit strategy?
There can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
You've already blown your head off, matey. There's a limit to how much redemption you can earn. Yes, thank you. I'm assuming this is a loading screen. Yep. It's thinking about it. There we go. The old road. Find your way to the hamlet. You are currently in a room. To move forth, click on another room on the map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. Okay. So we move to this room.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Okay, while in the hallway, press D to move forward and A to move back. If you prefer the mouse, you can click ahead or behind the party to move them. Okay. Shambling slowly forward.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Kill the enemy. Combat's turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon, click the highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, hero needs to be standing in a different spot or there are no valid targets. Okay, so he has his Open Vein ability, which is, I'm assuming, a high damage attack. A Grape Shot Blast, which is shoot him. So who's... so it's our highwayman who's moving first. So I'm going to suggest shooting him. That did some damage. Alright, now we have our Crusader. We can use a Smite ability. Rain, Stunning Blow. Bulwark of Faith, which increases something. So let's just use our Smite ability.
Press this advantage. Give them no
Gets us
quarter.
a kill. Rifling through the corpses gives us 1,000 gold. Bloody hell, those guys had a lot of loot on them. Well, that's a hell of a lot of money. Interactive objects. Well, let's take a look at this tent. Check inside. Brigands have left valuables.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
They seem to have an awful lot
Leave
of gold.
nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Okay. Aha, small bad guys.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Alright, well it seems to make sense to me to kill this guy at the back first, because obviously he's got... Okay, so that gives us increased damage. Pistol shot plus 2. Alright, shoot that guy at the back. Relatively small amount of damage, but we buffed ourselves. Fortunately, he can shoot at all of us, which is a pity. Oh boy. Okay. Walk of Faith, stunning blow. So you can only hit him with it, but it stuns. And he resisted the stun, the bastard. Alright then. Pistol shot on that guy, please.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Nice. When most monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as obstacles and will go on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but it's often a better approach to use ranged skills. Okay. Monsters killed with bleed, blight, or crits don't leave corpses. Okay. Alright then. Bulwark of Faith on yourself. Which increases various things. Aha. Yes, he can actually take that kind of hit. Open its vein to cause him to bleed. So he's bleeding. He declares he needs a bandage. Hit him with smite. Good hit. Point blank shot. Okay. Staggering force. Okay, so these two are the wrong way round now. I want to swap them back. He's bleeding, which is a pity, but hit him with a stunning blow. Good critical hit, so he's stunned. Nice. Stunned and bleeding. Grape Shot Blast. Ah, Grape Shot Blast hits multiple targets, does it? Okay. I'll have to remember that.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Excellent. Rifling through the corpses. A portrait. A dull green like rotting. With a value of 250 smackaroos. Service records of land grants from generations past. Okay. Take all that one. You completed the requirements of a quest. Return to town at any time. Just click the quest. Don't need to return. Okay. Continue adventuring for a second because I actually want to look at this crate. Something doesn't look quite right with this one. Can I... Oh, you seem like a rogue, so... Okay, try to open it. It's trapped. Curses. Okay, that didn't help. Their destination on the map. So move to this room. Okay. Ah, he's poisoned. Okay, so I take him. Okay, so that takes us back to... Yeah, okay. So yeah, now I think we just need to get the quest complete and go to the... Okay. So we've collected some deeds. Whatever they're good for. Portrait. And a reasonable selection of money. Or what seems like a reasonable selection of money. I'll guarantee turn out it's going to be not much, but... Unholy Hater, so he now gains plus 15 damage against Unholy and 15% less stress damage from damage versus Unholy. Okay. Resolution. In town, he will never drink. Fair enough.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Thanks for that. Okay, so Dismas is now an apprentice highwayman, level 1, and Reynold is now an apprentice crusader, level 1. And somebody is restless. Quest goal: successfully complete your first foray into the ruins. Defeat the wizened hag. Defeat the apprentice necromancer. Okay, defeat an awful lot of various... Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people to kill. Complete the final darkest dungeon quest. Ah, okay, so that's the list of missions for the entire game, I assume. Get help where you may. I need to press H to continue. Excellent, thank you. Choose me for the next expedition. Pick me! Pick me! Pick me! Okay, so we can go to the stagecoach to recruit new heroes. Okay, so let's see what we use to upgrade town buildings. Okay, use to upgrade town buildings, use to upgrade town buildings, use to upgrade town buildings. Okay, so those two seem eager. Ah, so that's our quest log. Okay, trinket inventory, glossary. Okay, and that I know for a fact is the options menu. Right, so let's look for some new heroes.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
You need to recruit 2 heroes to fill out the party of 4. Drag and drop them into your roster. While you're there, spend some of your starting resources on upgrading the stagecoach network. Okay. Okay, so stagecoach network. Increases number of available heroes to 3. Oh, just going to cost 3 of those and 4 of those. Okay. Hero Barracks increases our total roster to 12. Requires a bunch of stuff we don't have yet, so let's get that. And let's get that.
Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Yep. Okay, so we have a plague doctor, so we can drag him in.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Charming. And a Seeker Vestal. What that means.
Sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Promising. Nope, that text is bollocks, so I don't care about it. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Shut up. The ancestors'
In time,
memories.
you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Okay, so those are... Ah, okay, so these are the various cinematics, and we can view them. So if we wanted to view it again, we could... Okay, that's... fair enough. And the graveyard.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Yeah, for the moment, there's nobody here. Thankfully. Alright, I think... And are we ready to embark? Sort by stress, sort by level, sort by class, sort by activity? Okay. Can we manage the equipment? I would assume we can, but... Darkest estate. So there's the tavern, the sanitarium, the blacksmith, guild... Okay, so for now, I think all we can do is embark.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright. Test yourself in the mad realm of your fallen ancestors. Take note of how creatures have taken over, so don't delve too far. Goals. Explore 90% of rooms. Alright. Rewards, some crests, and a debuff charm. Build a party from the roster. Okay. I want you on... I'm assuming this is the order they're going to be in, so I want you on point. You need to be near the back. You, I would assume, are probably there. And you there. Tricky glory. Alright, let us provision them.
The cost of preparedness.
Provision for the journey. You want to take different supplies depending on what region you're going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences. Always bring along food and torches. 8 food and 4 torches. That seems like a lot, but okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because paranoia is awesome. Some torches. Is there an easy way to buy several at once? Probably. So what else? We've got some holy water used to purge evil and restore purity. It can be applied to a hero to increase resistances. Used to counter blights, poisons, and toxins. Used to clear obstacles and break into things. Oh. What was that? Something just fell over, but I'm not sure what. If you guys didn't hear it, then it wasn't anything in game, and it was probably just something on my desk. Nope, no idea. Very confused now. Oh well. Didn't half make me jump though. Alright, let's bring a shovel, some anti-venom, a bandage, some herbs, a skeleton. Let's bring a couple of skeleton keys and some holy water. And some extra bandages. I'd like to have at least a couple of everything, because you never know. So yeah, that seems reasonable to me. We seem well provisioned, so let's embark. Your first expedition into the ruins of your ancestry. Be curious. Be careful. Okay, the hero panel. Right-click on the hero's image or portrait anytime to bring up a detailed... Okay, so if we... Okay. So he's a warrior of lights, damages, torches... Okay. He's a klepto. And in town will only pray for stress relief. Okay. Got a rusty Hubrach. Hauberk? I've never been sure how to pronounce that word. And I'm a bleeding, you know... Yo, I own an actual gambeson these days. I'd have mentioned multiple swords. And a battered longsword. Okay, so... You can encourage... Reduces their stress by 15. Okay, so we've got a few bits and bobs. Okay, so let's look at her. Ah, see, she prefers to be further back because she's more of a cleric class. I'd say, okay, I can rearrange them without any difficulty. He prefers to be sort of in the middle, and I'm assuming you prefer to be... Yeah. Yeah, so I'll swap these two round. I'm assuming I can do that. Yeah. Okay, so that's those two swapped around, so they're now at least in positions that they want to be. So move to this room. Well, this isn't creepy at all. You salvaged the unburned torch.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
It's a stick with a rag on the end. It's, you know, it's hardly fortune and glory. Okay, we've got some undead here. And they were surprised by our appearance. So you are going to use Judgment, which... Heals 3 HP on yourself. Dazzling Light. Cast a Stun. Divine Grace. Heal 3. Yeah, so she's primarily a healer. So you're going to use Dazzling Light to stun. Okay, that's one of them stunned. You are going to use a Great Shot Blast on both of them. That one's damn near down. Goldening Vapors, so extra speed. Disorientating Blast. Target him, please. Okay. You got anything that hits both? I haven't figured out what all of these things mean yet, so... For now, just a good old-fashioned smite.
Another abomination. Cleanse
that one down. And you take a pistol shot, should be enough to kill him. Excellent. You all did very well there. Unlocked strongbox. Open it up, contents are yours. A shovel. A sly eye patch, which is only usable on the man-at-arms. It gives +4 dodge and some resistances. I suspect it's going to take me a long time to learn all of the various things. Okay, so now I have a number of options. Battle. Okay. Is that some sort of obstacle or battle? Okay, let's start heading in this direction.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Okay, let's use a shovel. Glad I brought multiple shovels. Okay, now what caused that? You just got a bit stressed. Okay, monsters. Okay, the cultist acolyte, I suspect, is the one who needs to die quickly. So, judgment. On, please. That was good for 7 damage, that was more than I was expecting. Grape shot blast. Fire it right through to the back. Stressful incantation, so raise her stress, okay. The light is fading. The current torch greatly affects many mechanics in the game. The darker it gets, right to click on a torch from the inventory to boost the light back up. Okay. Okay, so relight the torch. Alright. Plague grenade. That's promising, but you're going to use... Throw your gas at him. Pulls him forward. Haha! Took a swing, but you missed. Can you attack him? Yes, you can.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh dear. Like it can hit pretty far back in the thing. Right. Okay, blinding gas on that guy. Let's see if we can stun him. Good. Grape shot blast again. So might as well shoot them all. Okay, you could use Divine Grace to heal yourself. But Judgment will also heal.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
So, heal her a bit with her Judgment attack while also taking one of them out. Yes, our Cleric seems to be their primary target, doesn't she? But for now, finish it.
Another one falls.
Another one bites the dust. Some Onyx. Some
Remind
gold,
yourself
and some
that
herbs.
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yep. Okay, so we've got some extra medical herbs. Okay. But we can't use them here. Man at arms only. What does man at arms mean? Nope. Okay. Torn rotator, so -5 melee, but that's okay, she's not going to do that much melee fighting. Okay. Sorry, I can hear this weird high-pitched noise, and I can't tell if it's coming from in this room or outside, and it's kind of, you know, weird. Okay, so she's a bit low on health, but she can start healing herself back up when we get into combat. That's always weird to me when you've got, you know, magic spells that heal you up that can only be used in combat. Always found that a bit strange, personally. So, destination. Okay. Battle with Curio. Battle with Treasure. Well, that sounds promising, but... okay, so Curios and Treasure. Right, I think we'll go... this way. Up, then down and around. So we'll see. Either way, that's probably a good point to end this first part. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.